YouTube vinyl community? Welcome to the Cosmic Realm. This is Cosmic Vinyl and I'm Cosmic Brian, so let's get it on. Let's get this thing on. Oh man, have I got a treat for you tonight? Oh, I'm so stoked right now. I am absolutely out of my mind with excitement for this video. Woo! This is probably perhaps the greatest vinyl finds video I've ever done. Now I know I've said that probably once, maybe twice before, but I even redesigned the set here in the Cosmic Realm just one more time for this one because it was just so epic. So I hope you guys are ready for some killer rock, some metal, some doomage, some sludgy, some beautiful, just great, hard and heavy rock and roll. How about a little, I'm still rocking the Voodoo Ranger here, IPA. Oh man, you guys, this is it. Vinyl Finds number 48. I'm inching ever so close to that number 50, and as I mentioned before, when I get to 50, I'm seriously considering putting out that first contest coming out of the Cosmic Realm. I really want to give it some thought, but I don't want to overthink it either. But I do want to, and I feel like I want to give back to you guys out there, and I think a contest would be a good way to do it. Plus, I want to see if I can reach that pinnacle, the ultimate pinnacle of 500 subscribers. You know, I'm sorry, call me vain or whatever, but if I could hit 500 subs, I would feel validated. I would feel like the king of the cosmic world. Anyway, let's do this. All right. Something killer here to start off with. Oh, wait, mind shields off. Gotta have mind shields off for this. Beep, ba-ching. On with the old Speckarooskies. Stop, get the brain out of my eyes. Turn it off. Just kidding. All right, I'm back. We're back. All right, start off with an album I recently picked up called Timothy Erie, and the album is called Ritual. Now this is, I mean, if the cover doesn't kind of tell some of it, I mean, get a load of the cloaked figure there, you know, with the crystal ring, and it's all cosmic. But look around on the rainbow there. You've got crystals, you've got a marijuana leaf, I think you've got some mushrooms, and everything that candles, a pyramid, eyeball. I mean, this is what you see on the cover here is what you get inside. This is something great. This is something special. And I'm going to take this out because I want to show you the vinyl too. It's like a smoky blue. I hope you guys can see kind of the smokiness to it. It's clear blue, but with a smokiness in there. And yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. And it's just as trippy as it looks. Timothy Erie is an Orlando-grown artist. And his group, or whatever he calls this, is a psych pop group. He's a self-taught musician. He plays multiple instruments, produces all his stuff. You know, he does have some help with some production. He does have a guy that came in to do some drums, but he basically did all the instrumentation and the vocals on this, and he recorded. The recording process was 90% of it was recorded in studios that he created in his living room and his bedroom. So yeah, this is definitely something close to his heart, and something he really dove into. But it kind of reminds me of like Flaming Lips, Tripping Daisy, you know, that trippy kind of day glow kind of stuff. He uses an acetone fuzz pedal for his guitar. It's from the 1960s, so he could get that authentic 60s, you know, that hypnotic fuzzed out guitar sound. And it's so great because the guitars are mingled with this understated but very present and very awesome drumming. So yeah, lots of strange. You notice on here there's the song list. There's a Ritual 3, a Ritual 4, Ritual 5, and Ritual 6, and it's just him between songs, just letting the music go wherever it chooses to go. Talks about in an interview I read of doing a little micro dosing of the LSD, and so yeah, this is the real deal here. Got to check out, go on YouTube, check out some of the videos and stuff, but very ethereal, hypnotic, trippy, very 60s and late 60s, early 70s influenced. He's heavily influenced by the Beatles and early solo work by John Lennon as well. So yeah, great stuff. You know, this guy holds the magic key that opens the door, which behind it you find the cellophane flowers, tangerine trees, and marmalade skies. This guy will take you down that yellow brick road to that for sure. It's psych pop, it's drug pop, it's deep grooves with lots of great hooks, and it's friendly, it's comfortable. It'll make you sink into a couch, man. And I'm telling you, this is so cool. Very trippy psych, like floating bubbles of color popping around you, and fuzzy purple animals smiling as they welcome you into this fantastical world of day glow. Ha ha! Yes! This is Timothy Erie. Definitely got to check this out. So awesome. Everything I show today is going to be highly recommended. And I'm going to show about 5 more albums. So this could be a little bit longer. Hopefully it won't be too long. But now we're going to change gears a little bit. This is something I've gotten recently called Crowned by Fire. Crowned by Fire is, it's called Space Music for Cave People. And as you can see there, it's a little more, looks a little more metal from what the Timothy Erie looked like. But this is released in 2014. It's an EP, but it's over 30 minutes of just fantastical cranial busting goodness, metal goodness. So yeah, you guys got to check this out. It's heavy, it's nasty, it's guitar grooves and hooks galore. I gave this kind of a mix between Black Label Society and Monster Magnet. So it's got that like dirty, grungy kind of rock and roll mixed with that stoner doom, stoner metal kind of vibe. So yeah, this is killer. Sludgy doom, hard rock classic. They look and sound like a band I would love to see live. Picture like 4 guys that kind of look like Zakk Wylde, you know, they're these Viking looking dudes, but yet they play like these really colorful Flying V guitar. You guys gotta go to YouTube and check out the title track, Space Music for Cave People. The band was formed by Justin Manning, who's the lead guitar player, and John Fitterer, who is the vocalist. Justin Manning is heavily influenced by Zakk Wylde, and was his guitar tech for a long time. They actually recorded this album or this EP in Zakk Wylde's Black Vatican studio. So yeah, so amazing. And the singer lists Black Sabbath and Blue Oyster Cult as his major influences. In fact, this album, the last song on side 2, has a cover of Blue Oyster Cult's Burning For You, which is really, really good, by the way. Impressive enough for me. I dig it. There's a quote on here that says, nature is just as content to destroy it as it is to create. And for some, I'm not sure who the quote is by, but I just kind of dig it. It fits this album. So cool. I'm going to tell you a little story that I read in an interview. The title track, Space Music for Cave People, was inspired by the singer for the band. He lives in LA, and he was up in the hills, and he took his dog, and they went out into this just dark blackness of like a pasture or meadow, or where it was so dark you couldn't see your hand in front of your face, but you could see the city, and you could see all the lights and the people in their dwellings. And he just got this idea that we're all just like the cave people. We're all dwelling in our own little caves, and we're all digging on our own music, and that's how he kind of came up with the song and the title for the song and the album. Just such a great story. It's groove-based metal. Talks about other like classic bands. Gives a lot of odes to some of the old lyrics of classic rock, and yeah, they definitely pay homage to their influences. But so heavy, so cool, so hard, and it's absolutely killer metal. Anybody who likes grungy type metal, Crowned by Fire is right up your alley. Check it out. Check out the video on MTV, the title track. I do also want to show you the vinyl too. It's kind of like a clear, it's like a transparent record with the custom label there, but so groovy. Look at that. And when it's going around the turntable, it's got this kind of like stop and go effect. It's so wild. I actually thought something was wrong with it because it looked like it was stopping and starting again, but it's the way they made the grooves. So great. Check out this great EP by Crowned by Fire. One of my new favorites. Let's go back to an old classic everybody knows and everybody's heard of. Blue Cheer, obviously. Oops, I got the wrong page here. Blue Cheer, new, improved, Blue Cheer. I love this cover. Such a great cover with the American shield there. Reminds me like American, remember Love American Style? It kind of has that kind of hippie groove kind of thing there. I just love the font for the Blue Cheer font. And then there's some pictures of the guys on the back there. This is just a killer cover art here. And I love the font of the song listings and the credits. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you all about Blue Cheer. Everybody out there knows Blue Cheer. I will give you a brief, but this was released in 1969. They're an American rock and roll band, initially from the late 60s and early 70s, based in good old San Francisco, where it seems like the great music from back in the 60s and early 70s came from. Man, San Francisco must have just been so great. Heck, I mean, hey, check it out, by the way. Mazzy's got a great contest going for 3,000 subs concerning San Francisco-based bands and music. So go check that out for sure. But Psych blues rock, acid rock, they're credited as the early heavy metal influence. Mostly due to their debut album, Vincebus Eruptum with their cover of Eddie Cochran's Summertime Blues. What a heavy, heavy vibe to that song. And it just influenced so many great bands after that. It's garagey, it's grungy, it's metal, it's killer. The most well-known lineup of Blue Cheer is probably Dickie Peterson on bass and vocals, Randy Holden on guitar and vocals, and Paul Whaley on drums. Blue Cheer, actually the name, I wanted to find out that out. Blue Cheer, the name, come from a variety of acid that was floating around at that time called Blue Cheer, which was in turn named after a laundry detergent. I actually remember the commercials when I was a kid for Blue Cheer. If I had only known where it was going to go from there. Heck, what would I know about psychedelics? What would I know about hallucinogenic drugs? Nothing. Anyway, this is kind of a unique record, as side 1 and side 2 are actually two different lineups. Side 1 was Dickie Peterson, Paul Whaley on drums, Bruce Stevens on guitar, and Burns Kellogg on keyboards. There's a lot of piano on side 1. Side 1 is more like understated blues, country rock. God, listen to this. That's such a great record. I'll tell you about that one coming up. But side 2 is Randy Holden, Dickie Peterson on vocals, on bass, and Randy Holden on guitar, and again Paul Whaley on drums. Side 2 is the more like psychedelic, like the more like the early Blue Cheer stuff. I especially dig the opening track on side 2 called Peace of Mind. But the whole thing has such great guitar. God, he just rips on guitar. Randy Holden was such an artist on the guitar. I'm gonna flip that over because I really want to have some more music going while I talk about Blue Cheer. Yeah, Blue Cheer is such an amazing band. Of course, they didn't realize that Randy Holden was going to leave prior to them finishing the album, so that's the reason they had the two different lineups on the two sides. But you know what? I dig the whole record. It's super cool. So the reason I love that Peace of Mind song is it just builds and builds, and finally it just explodes and takes you on this like journey. Does anybody else out there like to be taken on a journey? I like to try and go on a journey every time I put my headphones on, or every time I pop a record on, anytime I take a hit off that Doomage pipe. Let's go for a ride! I'm just kidding. I don't condone the use of drugs, by the way. Coming up next is, and this is going to probably surprise you a little bit when I talk about this, but this is Saint Vitus. Saint Vitus 5, obviously Roman numeral 5, but this is the fifth being the fifth studio album by Saint Vitus. This is released in 1990. They're an American doom metal band formed in LA in 1979. It's so weird because coming out in 79, they didn't fit in with the punk rockers. They didn't fit in with the metal guys. In fact, they said the metal people hated them. So, but the punkers were more accepting of them than the metal crowd. So, go figure. But yeah, they were one of the early doom metal bands of their time, along with Pentagram, Witchfinder General, Trouble, and Pagan Altar. What a lineup! That would have been a great festival to see. But this is St. Vitus. You can see the guys on the back there. Never really had a commercial breakthrough moment. Never really had, any commercial success of any kind. But yet they are one of the main influences of the genre of doom metal, stoner metal, sludge, stoner rock, whatever you want to call it. They were originally called Tyrant, but then they changed their name to St. Vitus off of the song St. Vitus Dance by Black Sabbath, which was off of Sabbath 4. So yeah, they definitely list Sabbath as one of their influences. Also listing Blue Oyster Cult, Judas Priest, and the Alice Cooper Band, as well as the aforementioned Blue Cheer as their main influences. This is the last album to feature their singer Scott Wino Weinrich, and it's also the last recording they did with SST Records. Now, I've heard great things about St. Vitus, and I was so excited to get this. I kind of blind bought this. I don't know if it's just the pressing, but it's on this Hankenstein Records. I don't know if it's the pressing or if it's just the production of it, but it's heavy, but I can hear a faint lead guitar that sounds like it should be further out in the mix, but it's buried. You can barely hear like the guitar leads, and it just kind of bums me out. I feel like that it's just not as good as it could have been, and I wonder if it's just this press. And if there's a different press, it would feature the lead guitar a little more out front. So yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend this Hankenstein Records press, but I'm not gonna shut down St. Vitus by any means. So yeah, good stuff. It's heavy, it's good. Check it out. Alright, down to the last two albums here. These are the two that I just am so enjoying immensely. This is a band that I stumbled on called Graveyard, and they're a Swedish heavy rock band. Formed in 2006, kind of a blues rock, neo-psych rock, occult rock, which, I don't know, maybe some occultish type lyrics, but I wouldn't say that they're overtly occult. But check out that cover. That's just so great. I was hooked when I seen the cover. And there's just an inner sleeve here with the gate. Why do I always say inner sleeve? It's a gatefold, and it's got all the lyrics, which are amazing. The songwriting is so killer. They had like 4 albums before this, but none as heavy as this. They came out with a heavier sound, more distorted guitars, louder vocals, and this was the one that did the trick. This was huge in Europe. But yeah, kind of reminds me a little bit of my my other favorite Swedish rock band, Ghost. But this band actually had 4 albums. They broke up for the usual reasons, but mostly creative differences. They got back together in 2017 and then released this rocker in 2018. And I absolutely love it. Here's the boys in the band right here. I'll pull it out, because I'm also going to pull out the vinyl and show it to you too. But there's the guys in the band. God, they look so amazing. These guys are ready to do. These guys take it serious. They know what to do. But this vinyl is absolutely gorgeous. It's on the Nuclear Blast label, and it's like a, I don't know, like a pinkish red with a white and kind of like a white splatter. man, it's probably one of the most beautiful records I own right now. But yeah, killer stuff. I would introduce you to all the members of the band and their names, but I'm afraid I would they're all Swedish, so I'm afraid I would end up crucifying all the names, and I'd probably sound like an idiot. But what's the difference, fella? Anyway, great stuff. Man, I have just absolutely fallen in love with this record. They pound out just a classic hard and heavy classic rock and roll, but there's a couple melodic songs that the balance is just right. So good. I highly recommend this album. It's got some grunginess to it too. Some of it kind of reminded me of some 90s like grunge kind of sound to it. But yeah, and then it's got its 60s and 70s psychedelic influences as well. So yeah, just a great hard driving rock and roll. Toured with Soundgarden. Yeah, so yeah, they've got that on their resume. Graveyard Peace. Now to my last album, and probably the most killer album I've picked up in a long time. Check out that friggin' cover art. Absolutely amazing. It's this is a band called Helms A Lead, and the album is called Sleepwalking Sailors. As you can see there, the giant angler fish has his sights on the diver there. God, this is so amazing. Got the gatefold there with the silhouettes of the band. Yeah, this is a 3-piece. They're an American rock band from Seattle. They have 5 albums to their credit. It's Dana James on bass, Ben Verellen on guitars, and Hosoji Matheson on drums. And they all take turns on vocals. And man, I gotta tell you, it's so killer. I mean, that's what we've been listening to. First, I should explain the name. Helms A Lead is a nautical term. Apparently, I want to get this right. It includes the commands for tacking a sailboat, and tacking, I guess, is like steering the boat against the wind, and I don't know, some shit like that. I'm not a nautical guy, and I don't know. Kind of a strange name, though, but man, it just kind of fits. It's listed under sludge metal, noise rock, post-hardcore. I'd call it like an experimental metal is what I call it. And man, this is so amazing. Sonically, it's absolutely fantastic. It's just excellent. All 3 members sing and can create some great vocal dynamics. It's hard to tell who's actually the leader in this outfit. But yeah, there's 2 female and then there's a male, and boy, they can all just tear it up. And when the male goes for it, he kind of reminds me of the vocalist for Filter, like when that dude's like going off. Kind of reminds me of that. But the rhythm section is just so tight, and the bassist just destroys. And the drummer does all these like triplets, and oh my god, I can't recommend it enough. Here, take a listen. Heavy. Not lying, right? If I'm lying, I'm dying. This is the album to get right here. Anyway, yeah, it's hard, it's beautiful, it's dark, it's light. It's absolutely amazing. That's my Vinyl Finds video, man. I hope you guys check out some of this, man. Check out Helms A Lead. Graveyard. St. Vitus. The improved Blue Cheer. Definitely check out Crowned by Fire. And if you want to take a little trip aboard a rocket ship, check out Ritual by Timothy Erie. Love it. All right, vinyl community, I know it's long, but I'm telling you, this is some good stuff. Please check it out. I'm getting ever so close to that 50 vinyls finds videos, and I'm going to be working on a contest. Lots of good contests going on, by the way. Check them out. Peace, vinyl community.